Cole Thompson.
Yeah, Cole. I guess you were here at the round a few weeks ago. The
I think it was might have been a practice day even. Actually, I think.
Oh, okay.
Don't quote us on that, but he got hurt anyway.
Yeah, it seemed to come together with another rider. Cut under his arm, from what I've been told, and became infected. So clearly he was. That kind of explains what happened yesterday. Gopher dunes is hard enough as it is on a regular day, so it must be tough dealing with any sort of sickness. And then he went out for practice this morning, did 2 laps, and came in and grabbed his mechanic Steve, and went back and called it a day. So it's unfortunate for Cole. We do have 2 weeks off, so hopefully he can, can rebound, and we'll see him at Walton.
Yeah, I mean, obviously he's going to rebound. We're going to see him at Walton, but is the damage done? Well, obviously the damage is done. I mean, it's we got a short series here, so that's not how they wanted to start that. I'm sure Cole will be the first one to tell you he's not too pumped on that.
No.
That's not the way he wanted to come into this season for sure.
No, he'll be a man on a mission going forward, so he'll be the guy looking to really, take the wins and move forward from here.
Exactly. That's what guys always say when they come back. You know what I mean? It's like, I know I can't win the series. I just want to get wins, right?
Yep.
It becomes about getting those W's for sure. So get better, Cole, and we'll see you soon. Okay, let's do the top 10 here. Keelan Meston. The 10 gets, well, anyway. 10 gets 10.
Yeah.
Happens quite often, actually. It's weird. I guess that's, anyway. 7, 8, 13. Keelan, he seems like a guy that's got an extra gear on that bike. He just keeps it in the low revs. Doesn't sound like he's going, and he's moving, he's hauling butt.
Super smooth. I was actually talking to his Carlson Racing teammate Wyatt Waddell, and saying I like watching Keelan ride because sometimes he looks like he's not going that fast, but he actually is going, he's in the top 10, top 5 sometimes, and he's just so smooth. He's very, very tall. He kind of uses his legs to work the bike, and yeah, like you said, low revs. He's not really a real rever, a real exciting guy to watch, but he's going super fast. So that's awesome to see him get 10th.
Yeah, and the 13 was the blemish on his 3 moto score. He obviously, I didn't see it. He crashed pretty hard. Front fender was gone. Rad shroud was gone. Yeah. He just kind of got through that one. I think everybody, you should. I mean, it's obviously I took lots of video too, so we'll be doing a video recap of how they all went down. But man, that was tough, and he gutted it out and still ended up top 10. So he salvaged there. So good for him.
Yep.
9th, number 50, Bobby Piazza, 9, 10, 9. We talked about him yesterday. Thought he had a DNF. Turns out because he was up in the lap, he actually stayed 9th. So.
Yeah, so that worked out for him. Super happy for that. It's always great to see that, especially when you run out of gas on the last lap. That's heartbreaking, so it's good to see him get some solid points, and he was on a Honda today.
Yeah, he switched bikes. I don't know if it's because his bike was broken or because he ran out of gas and he wants to keep a bike that won't maybe run out of gas on his track. I mean,
I don't know. Yeah, we didn't really get
tank or something?
I wasn't able to get reach out to him to talk to him. I'm sure he'll let us know. And
sure, if they're watching this right now, they're like, come on, here's what happened.
Yeah, please let us know.
Yeah, sorry about that if we're way out. Hey, there goes the KTM rig. One rider in the KTM rig. That seems crazy, huh?
It's a big truck.
Big truck. That's a lot of truck for a little Jess Pettis. Okay, 8th place, 26. That's Josh Cartwright. Went 10.98.
Yeah, super.
He's counting down.
Yes, kind of. I think with him, he's just getting used to being outdoors again. He was racing Supercross, so not a lot of time being American. He was up here under quarantine, so he's just kind of getting the first round out of the way. As you see, he got better, and the track got rougher, so it shows that he's fit. He's just going to get better as the series goes on. For sure, too. And I mean, like a lot of guys, they had bad starts in certain ones, and just like always at Gopher Dunes, just keep moving forward, and you'll do well. So that's what he did in some of the early ones. Then he got off to a better one, and kind of worked his way up. And I was supposed to stay at his place when I got run over in my van by a transport truck. What a story!
It's a good story. I'm not going into details, but Josh, you know the story. But anyway, everything's fine. The van's perfect. Okay, 7th place, 64, Liam O'Farrell, 8.77. Just getting it done out there.
I call Liam the people's champ. That's what we'll give him. We'll call him the people's champ. Very likable guy, very nice guy.
I don't get along with him.
Oh, well, I do. I think he's great. We're good pals. Was really quiet out there. Just put in the time, and he was up front, and getting single-digit moto finish just shows where he was at. And Dave Bell actually said over the announcer that his lap times were really consistent. So they weren't super fast, but they were very similar from the beginning to the end, which is something to be said about fitness and bike setup here at Gopher. So, I mean, that's great for Liam, and I'm sure he'll do all the rounds. And I'm excited to see how he goes from here.
Yeah, and I mean, he's always been a guy, like he had, he's married, has a child, has a full-time job, but if he was to put all his stuff into it, he would still be a top contender for sure.
Yeah, which he is now.
Which he is,
Yeah, he is. That's great to see, for sure.
Super fit and everything. 6th place, 28. That's your Sam Gaynor, 5.66.
And a hole shot, I believe. Last moto hole shot.
He did get the
last
hole shot.
moto
That's
hole
right.
shot.
Yeah, I was
solid hole shot.
I was actually talking to him when he got the hole shot. He was a bit nervous. He's like, I got to back it off because if I go at this pace, I am not going to finish this moto. Is what he said.
Jeez, yeah, that was a good hole. I mean, he had a solid bike length. I think it wasn't really close.
Factory Hoosier guys.
Yeah.
Just calling them out. They sponsor the series. So
yeah, good for them. Sam is super solid. I think he's doing really well as he's getting more support from the team, and he always seems to be finding himself with Moff. I feel like when they're out there, it's like at one point I looked over, saw Steve Sims, and he was watching his guys. I forget what moto it was, but it was Phil, Gaynor, and then Moff, and all three of them were chasing each other, and I was like, oh geez, he's probably pretty stressed, but it was awesome to see.
Yeah, good for him. 566. So watch for him. He likes it here. He really likes Walton. So he does well at Walton. So
he's only going to get better.
It's only going to get better for sure. 5th place, number 3. That's Sean Moffenbauer. Went 6.54.
What else is there to say about Moff? He's consistent, he's there, and he's getting better as the motos go on. The track for the last 450 moto was brutal. It was one of the roughest I've ever seen. So for him to be getting better as the day goes on, that shows he's ready to go. So he's ready to battle.
Yeah, and he's a guy. So many of the guys here are like so into like some of the bicycles here are nicer than the dirt bikes. You know what I mean? Like He's a cyclist. He loves the cycling. He's very fit. He knew that was what it's going to take at a place like this. So many, so many of the guys talk about that third moto, just to get through that. So yeah, congratulations to Sean getting that 5th place. 4th was number 5, Tyler Medaglia, 2.45. There's a bit of a story there for sure.
2.45.
What?
Yeah, that's my boy T-Dags. Yeah, Tyler, second yesterday, super solid. Yesterday, really consistent, really strong moto. I did an interview with him after, so you'll see that up on the social media feeds. It seemed to get a little lethargic. He said didn't have a ton of energy going into the second and third motos. Had a little bit of trouble breathing, so he actually pulled his goggles off at one point because he said he was able to breathe a bit better. Had a fall, hit himself in the ribs, and just kind of soldiered through it as Tyler does. Tyler is a soldier, and I'm sure if you could take one arm off him, he's still going to try to finish the moto. The guy's tough as nails. So.
He's got to get home too. He's heading back home out to the Maritimes. He's got 6 kids. I think there's probably another one coming. I might have had one as I just saying that sentence. I'm not sure, but hey, congrats, Heidi. Well done.
Oh, geez, you got a price in your head now.
But yeah, no, Tyler mentioned that. Yeah, he couldn't breathe. He got that, and he says too. As soon as you fall, you stop. The heat just gets overwhelming out there too. And then he said you're kind of dizzy from the heat. He couldn't breathe, and it looked like Sam was going to catch him, and because we didn't see him fall. I didn't actually know he'd fall, and so I was like, what happened? Is his bike down? And anyway, so good for him for, like you said, soldiering through kind of thing. But
he's another guy that's only going to get better. I mean, he grew up on these tracks. He does call Nova Scotia home now, but he was an Ontario boy for many, many years. And I know he flies at Walton, so he won 2018, the final moto of the year, I believe he won. So he's going to be super
10 years
solid
after his first. He was.
Was it actually 10 years? Holy geez. He's been in this a long time.
Yeah. Okay, 3rd place, number 2, Matt Gurkey. Man, we weren't sure what to expect after that bad injury he had over in Europe over the off-season kind of thing. Came in, they're messing with some things on the bike. He's going to try to get that working. You never know. This track, we've seen some of the greatest performances of all time on this track from Matt Gurkey. The famous line from John Nelson, black flag him, I think his throttle's stuck wide open.
That is a Nelsonism for sure.
But yeah, 4.33 for Matt. That final moto, I mean, Matt's riding great, but the first 2 guys were the entire east side of this track ahead.
Yeah.
That's how far those 2 guys had gotten ahead of everybody, so just amazing. Oh, yeah.
No, that's it.
Not gonna add anything to the Matt?
No, I mean, and the results speak for themselves, and he's a sand specialist. I think I'd say he is a sand specialist, and I'm sure he's healing up still, and he's getting better as we go on, and we'll see how he does at Walton and then Sand Lee as we go on in the series.
Thanks, Cotton. Okay, in 2nd place, number 54, Phil Nicoletti, 3.22. I'm sure he's probably not happy with that. I mean,
is he ever happy though?
Oh, I've seen him happy.
I don't believe it for a second.
He's the happiest guy I've seen, actually. Nice guy. But anyway, 3.22. He's the guy that wants to be winning. He's the Triple Crown defending champ.
Yeah.
Out there chasing down Dylan Wright. Dylan loves this track, goes fast here. It's his home team's track, obviously. But I thought he was going to close in. What did you see out there?
3rd moto, there was times for sure he was reeling Dylan in, and it wasn't near the end. It was right in the middle where he was trying really, really hard, and and he had a few moments. He was really pushing. I know over the big tabletop, right by the start, he went completely sideways off the face, saved it. I thought for sure he was going down, and you know, he just kept it pinned and rode it out. He's super strong and he's ready to go. So,
all right. So yeah, obviously he's going to be a guy. Obviously Cole's going to be back too, but he's going to be a guy pressuring for this title again. Obviously wants to win it. There's a lot of money involved, but going 1-1-1 in his first ever 450 Pro MX National Series, Dylan Wright, 1-1-1.
I don't have anything to say other than the kid was perfect all day. That's all I have to say. He was in a class of his own. I didn't know how he'd do. I knew he would do well going into this. I've known Dylan a long time, and he's either sometimes can be checkers or wreckers, and he was definitely checkers today. And I think he's kind of found the missing piece to that equation.
Yeah, and I mean, you mentioned that. I mean, whenever we talk about Dylan, we always say something like checkers or wreckers. But when you were watching him this weekend, I didn't see the wreckers. I mean, he was in control. He was riding that 450 like you'd want to ride a 450 quickly. I wasn't at the edge. You know, normally it used to be kind of fun watching him on the little bikes. You're like, what's going to happen? But this one was like, he's in control. He looks good. He put the bike where it needed to be. Got around the traffic. They lapped up to like 6th, I think. It was him and Phil were just in another.
It was a class of his own, and you know, I said it to him after the race, and I said, Dylan, like, I don't know what to tell you, man, you killed it. So that's pretty much it. I'd say you just crushed it.
Yep. All right. Well, that's what happened in the 2 days, 3 motos. It's weird, kind of. Oh, there's the MX 101 guys heading out. The True North Motorsports guys just went by. It's kind of like when you go to an AMA one. You just sit back at your car afterwards. You watch all the big rigs leave.
Yeah. Everybody's going on to round 2. There's PRMX right over there. Julian and the crew.
Julian and the gang.
Yeah, so we have a few new awards we'd like to kind of pass on to some of the riders.
What do we start with? I guess ladies first.
Always ladies first.
The Quam?
Yeah, the Quam.
The Queen of the Mountain. It's all based off KOM kind of things, but so we start with the Queen of the Mountain. It's not even a mountain. Anyway, it's the Quam.
There's a big hill in the middle now.
That's true. That's true. Queen of the Anthill. 31, we're giving to Megan Brodeur. She went down in that final moto there, second moto, and did not give up, got up, came back, chewed through the field. Yeah, we're giving her the
Yeah, she gets it for sure.
And along with that though, because Ev Brodeur was so dominant, but she also raced the 250 class. Ev Brodeur did 4 motos in this today.
Yeah, and they were decent long. Like women's motos are 20 minutes, I believe. So
15.
15. Sorry. So that's more than I wanted to ride today. That's for sure. So
15 plus 2, and then 25 plus 2 for sure.
Plus practice and everything else. So she was she put her time in out there, and I think that, you know, by the end of the day, she probably, I don't want to say regretted it, but it was it's a lot of time out there. But she got it down. She finished all her motos. I don't think
so. We're giving her the Iron Person. She gets this old Ironman watch. That's right. I'm still running an Ironman watch.
Yeah. So she gets the Iron Woman. Yeah. Whatever we want to call it. She crushed it today. Did well, and clearly, you know, she was the class of the field in the women's.
Now, these next two aren't going to blow your minds, and they're probably not going to surprise you at all. We're going with the Prince, the POM, the Palm,
and the KOM,
these are all derogatory.
And the King of the Mountain. You know, some cycling terms as well. So
we're just grasping here, folks. The POM is going to go to Jess Pettis, going 1-1-1 in the 250 class. He gets the Prince of.
Prince is the 250 class, and yeah, he got it 1-1-1, and he looked awesome out there. And you know, there's no one else I think more deserving than that in that class.
And top of the list, the KOM, King of the Mountain, Dylan Wright. I mean, what can you say? 1-1-1 in the 450 class. He's got to get it.
If we gave it to anyone else, I'm sure we get in trouble. So that's the thing. Yeah, we'll give it to Dylan for sure.
All right. Anything else we need to mention before we close this baby up?
No, I just like to give a shout out to the whole Triple Crown staff and the GDR, or not GDR, but Gopher Dune staff as well. I mean, we've got some, you know, it's been very fluid times. Things are always changing, and the rules and regulations we have to deal with. And we went racing. I know there's a lot of sports that have nothing going on at the moment, so it's pretty cool that we had a pro national. No spectators, of course, just media and racers and staff and whatnot. They did a great job, and I think it's my hat's off to them. If we had an award for them, I'd give it to them for sure.
We could have made one up.
Ah, that's too much. We already made 4.
We just made these up, and we couldn't have given one to them. But anyway, yeah, thank you very much to those guys. Thank you very much to the whole MRC Triple Crown crowd. The people they did separate parking over there, separate parking over here for different reasons. Everybody seemed to listen to what was supposed to happen, so we were able to keep racing. I mean, and that's what it's all about. It doesn't matter what your beliefs are, whatever. Do what we have to do. We're moving on. It looks like it went well. So yeah, kudos to everybody who was here, and thank you very much.
Yeah, thanks a lot, and we'll see you at Walton in a couple weeks.
All right, Sneaky Weasel, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Cheers, guys. Thanks for watching. See you in 2 weeks.